What if everything you see, hear, and experience is carefully designed to shape your reality? Your perceptions, your beliefs, and even your actions? What if symbols, images, and words are not just random but tools of power, used by a secret elite to influence your every thought? Have you ever wondered why certain symbols like the all-seeing eye, the pyramid, or even seemingly innocuous designs are constantly present in media, politics, and even your everyday life? These symbols are not just decorations, they are strategic tools, intricately woven into the fabric of modern society to influence the way you think, behave, and interact with the world around you. In this video, we'll uncover the hidden knowledge behind these symbols and how the elite have been using them for centuries to control the fabric of our reality. These symbols have become so ingrained in our daily lives that we don't even notice their presence. But they are there, shaping our perceptions, influencing our decisions, and controlling the narrative of history. The power of symbols, what are they? Symbols are much more than mere pictures or designs. They are powerful representations that condense ideas, beliefs, and energy into a form that is universally recognized and often subconsciously understood. From the moment we are born, we are surrounded by symbols that help shape our perception of reality. But what exactly are symbols? At their core, symbols are visual representations of abstract ideas. They are designed to communicate complex concepts in a way that transcends language. Take, for example, a simple cross. To some, it may represent Christianity, while to others, it may symbolize sacrifice, faith, or even history. The power of this symbol doesn't lie in its literal meaning, but in its ability to evoke deep, often subconscious responses based on its cultural, spiritual, or historical context. Psychologically, humans are wired to respond to symbols in a powerful way. According to Carl Jung, a Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst, symbols represent archetypes of the human experience. They resonate with us on a deep unconscious level, connecting us to universal ideas and emotions that have been ingrained in our collective psyche for centuries. This is why symbols have been used by powerful institutions, whether governments, corporations, or religious organizations, to control and influence people. They can trigger specific responses, shape our worldview, and even direct our actions without us even realizing it. The human brain is not just processing information, it is constantly absorbing symbolic cues that can alter our thoughts and behaviors. Consider the ancient Egyptian use of symbols. The Eye of Horus, for example, was not just a decoration. It was a symbol of protection, wisdom, and royal power. It was deeply embedded in Egyptian culture, seen in everything from their architecture to their religious texts. The symbol was designed to reinforce the divine right of the pharaohs, ensuring their authority and control over the people. In many ancient civilizations, symbols played a vital role in the governance and control of society. The Egyptians, Greeks, and Sumerians all recognized the importance of symbols in rituals, religion, and governance. These cultures used symbols not only for spiritual and cultural purposes, but as instruments of power. Their rulers understood that by using symbols to represent divine power or cosmic order, they could solidify their authority over their people. In our modern world, we continue to see the power of symbols in action. Corporate logos, government seals, and even national flags are not simply meant to represent an entity or idea. They evoke a sense of unity, identity, and authority. The symbols that adorn our daily lives have been strategically designed to shape how we view the world and ourselves within it. The hidden language of the elite. The power of symbols is not limited to ancient cultures. In fact, today, symbols are used by the most powerful institutions in the world to control public perception, shape societal values, and maintain their grip on power. These symbols are not just decorative, they are tools of manipulation, carefully designed and hidden in plain sight. The elite, whether they are politicians, corporate leaders, or members of secret societies, have long understood the power of symbols. These symbols, often imbued with hidden meanings, are used to convey messages to those in the know, while remaining concealed from the general public. But why do they use symbols? And how do they maintain control through them? One of the most well-known groups that uses symbols for control is the Freemasons. This secret society, dating back to the 16th century, has long been associated with symbols like the all-seeing eye and the compass. These symbols are not just decorative, they represent deeper esoteric knowledge, and their use signifies membership in an elite group that understands the hidden forces at work in the world. The all-seeing eye, for example, is often associated with divine omniscience, representing the idea that a higher power is watching over humanity. But within the context of secret societies like the Freemasons, the symbol also represents the idea of the elite few who have access to hidden knowledge and control over the masses. This concept is reinforced by the fact that the all-seeing eye is prominently featured on the Great Seal of the United States, embedded in its currency and displayed in countless other symbols of authority. These symbols are not just for the initiated, they are also used to influence the masses. Government seals, logos, and monuments are often laden with symbolic imagery that conveys messages about power, control, and authority. For example, the U.S. Capitol building in Washington, D.C. features numerous symbols that are tied to the ancient traditions of Freemasonry. The use of these symbols in the heart of American power is no accident. It's a way of ensuring that the symbolism of control and authority is woven into the very fabric of the nation. Symbols in media. Controlling public perception. One of the most powerful ways the elite maintain control is through media. Television, film, advertising, and now social media. In these modern times, the use of symbols has taken on a more subtle and pervasive role, slipping into the very fabric of our daily lives through the images, logos, and content we consume. But how exactly do symbols shape our perceptions? In the world of media, symbols aren't just pretty pictures. They carry deep subconscious meanings. Every commercial, movie, or news segment is carefully designed to invoke certain emotions, create associations, and manipulate beliefs. Filmmakers, advertisers, and musicians use symbols to shape the way we think about concepts such as success, beauty, love, and power. Often, these symbols are intended to influence our desires and decisions without us ever being aware of it. Take, for instance, the use of symbolism in Hollywood. Many of the most iconic movies, whether they're from the fantasy genre, superhero franchises, or even action-packed blockbusters, are filled with symbols that go beyond mere entertainment. In films like The Matrix, Inception, and Star Wars, viewers encounter imagery that is heavily laden with hidden meaning. These symbols create a psychological connection with viewers, subtly suggesting that the heroes represent an idealized version of what we should strive to be, powerful, wise, or enlightened. In The Matrix, for example, the recurring motif of the red pill and blue pill is a symbol of choice, control, and awakening. On the surface, it may seem like a simple plot device, but on a deeper level, it touches on themes of free will versus manipulation, consciousness, and the hidden layers of reality. These symbols are not just plot elements. They are part of a broader narrative meant to provoke the viewer into questioning their own perception of reality, all while offering them a solution or an escape. Similarly, music videos and celebrity culture are infused with occult, mystical, and royal symbols. The imagery of pyramids, eyes, and hands raised in the air are not mere stylistic choices. They are loaded with symbolic significance. Think about the pyramid on the back of a US dollar bill, an image that has been adopted in modern pop culture by celebrities, musicians, and even political figures. When a celebrity like Jay-Z or Beyoncé wears a pyramid-shaped pendant or performs with occult symbols in the background, they're tapping into this larger tradition of symbolism. Whether they are consciously aware of the deeper meanings or not, the imagery works on a subconscious level to reinforce the power and control associated with these symbols. One key concept in media manipulation is predictive programming. This is the idea that media, through films, TV shows, and even advertisements, subconsciously prepares us for future events. While it may seem far-fetched, there are numerous examples of how certain symbols and themes appear in media long before a real-world event occurs. This is particularly evident in science fiction, where futuristic concepts such as space exploration, artificial intelligence, and even global pandemics are portrayed years before they manifest in reality. Could this be a form of preparation, conditioning us to accept and adapt to these events when they occur? Take, for example, the way global crises like economic collapse or pandemics were portrayed in films like Contagion or The Day After Tomorrow. Long before these crises unfolded in real life, they were part of Hollywood's narrative fabric. This might seem like mere coincidence, but it can also be interpreted as predictive programming, conditioning the population to accept a specific version of events when they eventually transpire. The influence of money and power. While media serves as a tool for shaping public perception, money and financial systems play an equally significant role in maintaining control. The elite don't just use symbols to influence what we think, They also use them to control what we value, and ultimately what we strive for. Money itself is a powerful symbol, a representation of value, control, and power. Take a moment to think about the design of your local currency. The symbols featured on banknotes, coins, and bills are not mere aesthetics. They have deep, often hidden meanings. The US dollar, for example, is adorned with several powerful symbols, including the pyramid with the all-seeing eye. This symbol, as we discussed earlier, represents the elite few who have control over the masses. But it goes deeper. The pyramid, with its unfinished top, suggests that the work is ongoing, that control over society and reality is an ever-evolving, continuous process. The role of central banks, like the Federal Reserve, is also tied to the use of symbols. While the Federal Reserve itself is a complex system of financial institutions, it also carries symbolic power. The creation of money, particularly fiat currency that is not backed by a physical commodity like gold, is a process that symbolizes the elite's ability to create and control value at will. The fact that money itself has no inherent value, yet we treat it as the most powerful symbol of success and stability, shows just how deeply these symbols are embedded in our consciousness. But it's not just currency. Architecture is another form of symbolic power. The design of financial institutions such as the World Bank or the Bank of England is often grandiose and steeped in symbolism. The towering buildings are designed to evoke a sense of stability, authority, and permanence. The use of classical Greek and Roman architectural styles with their columns and domes ties these institutions to ancient traditions of power and governance, reinforcing the idea that money and financial institutions are the modern equivalents of ancient temples dedicated to the gods of wealth and power. In the realm of global finance, the use of sacred geometry, shapes and patterns that are thought to hold special metaphysical significance, also plays a role. Financial districts like Wall Street in New York City are often designed using specific geometric principles that align with powerful symbolic meanings. The architecture of financial centers is intended to subtly reinforce the idea of eternal control, where the flow of money is guided by hidden forces that are beyond the comprehension of the average person. The occult knowledge behind the symbols. So far, we've discussed the power of symbols in history, media, and finance. But what lies beneath these symbols? What is the hidden knowledge that the elite tap into when they use these symbols to maintain control? To truly understand the power of symbols, we must dive into the esoteric and occult traditions that have influenced them. For centuries, secret societies, such as the Freemasons and the Illuminati, have maintained and passed down hidden knowledge that has been encoded in symbols. This knowledge, often referred to as occult knowledge, includes esoteric principles related to the manipulation of energy, consciousness, and reality itself. One of the most influential aspects of occult knowledge is sacred geometry, the belief that certain geometric shapes and patterns have metaphysical significance. These shapes, such as the circle, triangle, and pentagon, are thought to embody universal truths about the structure of the cosmos and the nature of existence. For example, the flower of life, a geometric figure consisting of multiple evenly spaced overlapping circles, is considered by some to represent the underlying pattern of creation itself. The concept of alchemy also plays a major role in occult symbolism. Alchemy is often misunderstood as a practice concerned with turning lead into gold, but its deeper purpose was to understand the transmutation of energy and the mastery over material reality. Alchemists believed that by manipulating certain symbols and energies, they could unlock hidden knowledge that would allow them to control the material world. How the elite control reality through perception. At the core of the elite's control is the idea that reality is perception. What we perceive as real is not necessarily an objective truth. Rather, it is a construct influenced by the symbols and narratives fed to us through media, culture, and societal norms. But how do the elite manipulate our perception of reality? And what is their ultimate goal? In order to control reality, the elite understand that the key is not directly manipulating events. They manipulate how we perceive those events. What we see, hear, and experience is often shaped by a narrative, and that narrative is created by those who control the flow of information. By controlling the symbols and messages that permeate society, they shape the collective perception of reality. ensuring that the masses remain unaware of the hidden forces guiding their beliefs and actions. One of the most profound ways the elite control perception is through mass media. Whether it's television news, social media, or movies, mass media has the power to define what we believe to be true. Take, for example, the way political campaigns are run. The images and symbols used in these campaigns are not just random. They are carefully selected to shape how we feel about a candidate. A politician's logo, the colors they wear, the way they speak, all of these elements are designed to evoke specific emotions and associations that shape how we perceive them. In the process, the elite use these symbols to construct an image of reality that aligns with their interests. Social media has become a particularly potent tool in this battle for perception. Through the use of algorithms, companies can tailor what content you see, ensuring that it reinforces specific narratives. Have you ever wondered why certain hashtags trend or why certain images are shared widely? These trends are not organic. They are engineered by powerful corporations and groups to shape how we think and feel. Social media platforms act as a mirror, reflecting and amplifying certain ideas while suppressing others, ultimately shaping the reality of billions of users. Take the example of reality TV shows. These programs, while often presented as harmless entertainment, are carefully constructed to shape our understanding of social norms, beauty standards, and success. The characters in these shows, the challenges they face, and the resolutions they experience are all designed to evoke emotions and encourage certain behaviors, like consumerism or conformity. The symbols used in these shows, from flashy logos to catchy slogans, work on a subconscious level to reinforce the values promoted by the elite. But it's not just media that shapes our perception. Education systems also play a role in constructing our version of reality. The history we are taught, the values embedded in school curricula, and even the way knowledge is presented, are all part of a larger symbolic system designed to shape our understanding of the world. By controlling education, the elite ensure that we are trained to think within a specific framework, without ever questioning the underlying assumptions that inform our worldview. This leads us to one of the most dangerous aspects of symbolic control: the herd mentality. The elite understand that when enough people believe in something, it becomes reality for society as a whole. This concept is what social psychologists refer to as the bandwagon effect, when individuals adopt behaviors, beliefs, or actions simply because others are doing so. When these behaviors are reinforced through the use of powerful symbols, they become self-perpetuating. Through repetition in media, politics, and education, certain ideas become normalized, even if they have no factual basis. Take, for example, the concept of nationalism. National symbols like flags, anthems, and national holidays are powerful tools used to shape collective identity. Over time, these symbols can evoke a sense of pride, loyalty, and belonging. But this powerful connection to symbols also makes it easier for the elite to use nationalism as a tool for manipulation. By rallying people around a flag or an anthem, they can unite them behind a cause, even if that cause serves the interests of a small, powerful elite, rather than the population at large. The unseen forces, symbolic magic in action. What if the symbols used by the elite aren't just tools for manipulating perception, but are also tied to deeper esoteric forces? Throughout history, many cultures and secret societies have believed that symbols can be used to channel energy, invoke spiritual forces, and manipulate the fabric of reality itself. The concept of symbolic magic, the idea that symbols can act as conduits for energy and intention, has deep roots in occult traditions. In many esoteric practices, symbols are seen as a way to bridge the material world and the spiritual realm. By using specific symbols in rituals or ceremonies, practitioners believe they can tap into hidden energies that shape the universe. Sacred rituals, often conducted by the elite behind closed doors, are one of the ways that symbols are believed to exert their most powerful influence. These rituals are often conducted in secret, far from the eyes of the general public. In these ceremonies, symbols are used to invoke energies that are thought to guide, protect, or even control the actions of individuals and groups. The use of the pentagram, the all-seeing eye, and other ancient symbols in these ceremonies is believed to harness specific energies that can influence both the spiritual and material worlds. The elite may use these symbols to manipulate events, social movements, and even geopolitical situations. Consider the idea of global crises. wars, economic collapses, and even pandemics. While these events may seem like random occurrences, they often follow patterns that seem to align with certain symbolic themes. Could these events be engineered or guided by hidden forces using symbols as a means of directing the course of history? One example of this can be seen in the Bilderberg Group, an annual meeting of the world's most powerful political and corporate leaders. Though little is known about the specifics of these meetings, it is widely believed that these gatherings involve discussions of world events, often behind closed doors. Symbolic gestures, whether in the form of specific handshakes, poses, or even shared imagery, may play a role in the decisions made at these high-level meetings. But it's not just global crises that are influenced by symbols. Social movements, whether they are political, cultural, or religious, can also be shaped by symbols. The use of the fist, for example, has been a powerful symbol of protest and resistance, used in countless movements from civil rights to labor strikes. But how much of the power of these movements is determined by the symbols used to represent them? The fist is a symbol of unity, strength, and defiance. But it's also a reminder of the elite's ability to control the narrative and the way we understand power. The more we study the influence of symbols in rituals and global events, the more it becomes clear that these symbols are not just benign representations. They are powerful tools that can alter the course of history. How to recognize and protect yourself from symbolic manipulation. If symbols are so powerful, how can we protect ourselves from being influenced by them? The first step in defending yourself from symbolic manipulation is awareness. Once you understand how symbols work and how they shape your perception of reality, you can begin to see them for what they are, tools of influence. Start by looking at the symbols around you. What do they represent? Who created them? And why are they so pervasive? The more you learn about the history and meaning behind common symbols, the less susceptible you will be to their influence. This is especially important in advertising, where symbols are carefully designed to appeal to your emotions and desires. Another important aspect of protection is questioning the narratives that are presented to you. The next time you watch the news or consume media, ask yourself, who benefits from this story? Who is behind the message being delivered? Understanding the underlying motivations behind the symbols used in the media can help you deconstruct the messages they convey. It's also crucial to understand that symbols are not inherently good or bad. They are simply tools. It's the intent behind their use that matters. By becoming aware of the ways symbols are used to manipulate, you can regain control of your perception of reality. Finally, developing your own personal system of symbolism can help protect you from external influences. By creating your own symbols, ones that resonate with your values and beliefs, you can construct a personal shield against the symbols of manipulation that pervade modern society. Whether it's a personal mantra, a symbol of self-empowerment, or simply the act of being mindful about the symbols you encounter, this process can help you reclaim your autonomy. The world around us is full of hidden knowledge and symbols, powerful tools used to shape our perception of reality. The elite have long understood this, using symbols to control, manipulate, and guide us without our knowledge. But now, the veil has been lifted. The more we understand these symbols, the more we can take control of our own perception of reality. As you reflect on the symbols that have shaped your life, ask yourself, are you in control of the reality you experience? Or are you simply reacting to the symbols others have placed before you? The more we learn about these hidden forces, the better equipped we are to resist them. The journey begins now. By understanding the symbols, we can start to reclaim the reality they've been controlling for centuries. If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into hidden knowledge and the mysteries shaping our world. And don't stop here. Share this video with someone who needs to see the truth. Let's uncover the layers of reality together. Until next time, remember, awareness is the first step to freedom.